Hi guys, so what I've got on the bench today is a pair of door cards. They're not two fronts or two backs, it's a front and a back just on the same side of the vehicle. This is from a 1980s Mercedes 190, I think. And as you can see, the cover on the card itself has come away. Now, these are quite strange. Well, I wouldn't say strange, there's quite a lot of door cards that are like this. The fabric that's on here is like a rubberized fabric, and it has a mass amount of stretch in it when it's warm. So these are molded onto the card with heat and pressed onto the board itself. And I don't think it's actually glued, I think it's just the heat process that kind of welds this surface to the board. Now, over time, because the car's been in a warm place, maybe I think this car has come from Spain, and it's obviously been parked for a while with the sun on the same side all the time. Most people, when they have a car, they will park it when they get home at night exactly the same direction, or if it's in a car park during work, it's usually the same parking space and they park in roughly the same direction, so the sun will always be on the same side of the car. And obviously this is what's happened to this one. That's why it's only one side of the vehicle that I'm doing. I need to try and get the covering back onto the actual board. Now, I've never done this before, but I'm going to see how this goes. Now, I do have another inquiry from a lady in Belgium. Hi Caroline, if you're watching. And she's got the same car, and she has the same problem, but on 3 of her door cards. Now, she would like to know how to do it herself. Whether she's got the ability to do it, I don't know. But I'm gonna kind of go through this step by step and tell you exactly how I'm doing this and why I'm doing what I'm doing. Now, if you hear any noise in the background, I have a 3D printer at the minute, recently purchased, so you'll probably hear the noise in the background of this video throughout. So anyway, get back onto the door cards. Now, the front door card is in a much better condition than the rear one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the front one first, and then I'll probably learn a little bit from doing the front one, and I'll be able to use that knowledge to do the back one, which is in worse condition. So I'll put this to one side for now. And I need to now remove a few things from this door card. So I need to remove this handle and this pocket. Then I can peel the vinyl back. I'll flip it over and I'll remove the pocket first. It's just held in with these little white, plastic clips. Remove 2 of them. Put them in a pot for safekeeping. It should just push. There we go. And that's off. I need to remove the handle, and that is just a bolt. It's just a 10mm. And that's the handle off. Put the nut back on so I don't lose that. I'll now flip it back over and come away here at this point. I'm not sure whether you can see that. Here at this point has come away around here. This has come away there, and also this part here has come away. The top part seems to be quite fine. We've got a little bit of pulling away at the edges all around, but this part here is fine. So what I need to do, I need to pull back the vinyl as much as I can. We'll use a bit of heat just from the steamer. Now, you can do this with a heat gun. The trouble with the heat gun is it's not very controllable. The heat you get is, if you've got a heat gun, a really posh one, you can set the temperature. Which if you've got a standard heat gun, you might have 3 settings, a warm, a medium and a very hot, and sometimes you can damage the surface of the cover with a heat gun. But what I don't want to do, I don't want to damage this any more than it already is. Well, that's why I'm going to use a bit of heat. And I'll probably pull all this back that way to try and get to parts that I need to glue. I might have to pull away more than it's actually come away itself, just to be able to access the parts. So I need to be able to pull back, probably from about here to here. So all this part here, from here to there, will stay attached. Everything else back will probably have to be pulled back. Part, because this part here, the fabric is really well glued down, because it's got a foam backing and foam glues really well. That might be tricky to get off, but I do need to get in here to actually get some glue in. I'm just using a scraper with quite a sharp edge to it, just to try and get underneath the foam. Keep checking. Once I've got the edge, I think I will be fine. A bit more. Touch more that way. Heat on that just to release that. Release this a little bit more just to give you some more access. But I'm almost there. Should be enough there. There we go. It should be absolutely perfect. Get rid of any bits. So I've now peeled that back as far as I need to. What I'm going to do, instead of actually putting masking tape on the back of this, all I'll do is I'll put something over this part here to protect that from any glue going through. So I'm now ready to glue not the cover down, but I'm going to apply glue to both surfaces, so obviously the board and the cover. I'm going to let that go off completely so it's not tacky at all, because I need to kind of position it into certain points. So the point where the handle goes is a defined point, and things where there's holes are definite defined points. So I need to actually be able to position it so they're in the correct position, and then I'll apply heat to reactivate the glue, and then I can stretch it back into place. So I'm just going to paint on some glue first, and then I'll spray the body of it. So there's certain points that I need the glue to make sure it's in recesses, and the spray gun doesn't always find them gaps, so that's why I'm going to paint them on first and then spray after. So that should be enough glue on there now. I'm now going to leave that for, I would say, at least half an hour. So I'm going to have something to eat, and then once it's properly gone hard, I will come back and then start to actually attach it onto the card. So it's been about half an hour and this still feels a little bit tacky, so I'm going to leave it a little bit longer. I'll put it to one side, this one, and I'll actually start to do the same with the other door card. So I'll get to a point where I need to apply the glue, and then once I've done that, once I've applied the glue, I'll put that one to one side, and then this should be to a point where I can actually start to work on it. So I'll put this one to one side. Let's see how this is. So we're still way too tacky on this one. So I'm going to have to leave this for a little bit longer. I don't know how long yet. It could be another half an hour, it could be another hour. So we're still feeling a little bit tacky, but I think I can live with that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the patterning plastic, and I'm just going to place it where I don't want things to stick for now. I can pull it out in a bit. Alright, happy with that. So I've just put this in the hole just so I can locate it without having to be able to see it. I'm just going to use a little bit of steam. Feeling my way around, making sure the hole is exactly where it needs to be. The hole's fine. I think I'm happy, more or less. Where that goes. So use a little bit more steam now. So I'm going to spin it, and I'm going to get this edge here into position. So make sure that's out of the way. No. Right, turn the steamer off for now. I think I've got an issue, so this could be a terrible issue. So this is going to be a right mess. So I now need to get rid of all this glue. So that's a bit of a mess now. So as you can see, things have not gone very well. The glue that I've used just isn't sticking, and it's not like it's sticking to the board and not to the cover. It's not sticking to anything. It's releasing off both. So sometimes things don't go to plan. But I'm not defeated. What I'm going to have to do, I'm going to change glues. So I now need to remove all the glue that I've put on here and on the other door card. I shouldn't have done both of them, but I have. So I need to get rid of all the glue off here and change glues, and hope the next glue that I use will stick, and hope I can salvage this job, because if I can't, then the customer is left with 2 unusable door cards. So I'm not actually going to do this at the minute. It's a Friday afternoon. It's not too late, but it's going to get late, and I'm not going to be doing this till 10 tonight. So I'll leave this till tomorrow. Yeah, you'll have to stay tuned to the next one when I put this job right. So hope you found that video useful. I found it useful. I've learned something from it. I hope you have. Some things don't always go to plan. So yeah, put it to one side and forget about it for now, and deal with it tomorrow and see how we get on. So I hope you found that video useful or informative or just entertaining. If you did, give it the old thumbs up, and I hope you subscribed, and I hope to see you again for the next episode of this cock up. Thanks for watching anyway, and I'll see you again. Bye.